Good morning, mate. How are you? Been a minute since I did a morning one. And I said I would only do them if I've got something to say. And international break, I didn't really watch the qualifiers. And in case you've not heard, I've got Asbo dog with me. Just gobbing off at everyone. I didn't really watch the qualifiers, no interest in them, so not really been a lot to talk about. So not going to force it. But football came back yesterday, didn't it, with a vengeance. And we are seeing Liverpool's absolute meltdown, and I'm here for it. And every single Manchester United fan is here for it. There's not one Manchester United fan, not a real Manchester United fan at least anyway, that's got any sort of sympathy whatsoever for these scouse bastards. So I'm reveling in it. And is it pride before a fall? Probably. Do I care? No, I hate them because I was raised right. So I'm going to absolutely enjoy their downfall. There's a phrase, isn't there? When it's your time to be the hammer, have no mercy. Because no one showed pity on you when you were there. And I think you need to remember that. Every single opportunity people get to wallop Manchester United, oh, they swing away. So any chance that we get, how quick it is, whether it's too soon, anything like that, don't give a shit, smash them. Let them have it. Because no one cares when it's us on the bottom. No one cares when it's us going for a little bit of a blip. I mean, the form Liverpool are in at the moment is dire. It's worse than anything we've seen under Amorim. It's worse than anything we saw under any of the managers that we've seen get sacked. And it just proves that the decisions that this fella's putting in place are hurting them, and he's incapable. I mean, look at the forward line he's got. Okay, if they were scoring loads and conceding loads, you can make, some levels of adjustments, can't you? But if you're not scoring, and you've spent, you've spent 200 million on strikers this summer, and you brought one of the best creators in Europe, and you've got so-called best forward the Premier League's ever seen in Mo Salah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, Diesel's having a sniff around. See if the chickens are here. I find it hilarious, the double standards, and we've spoken about this all season, haven't we? No chickens, lads. No chickens this morning. Bad do. We've spoken about this all season, haven't we? The double standards. Couldn't wait to call Sesko a flop, meanwhile joining the champions for significantly, nearly double the amount, requires patience even though they're coming from the same league. It is laughable how quick the pundits are. I swear to God, pundits turn into prime Yap Stam to defend what's going on at Liverpool. And you know what? I've seen people claiming Jota's death impacted them. And let's be grown up about it, right? It probably has, on some level. But has it not impacted Bruno Fernandes? Has it not impacted Diogo Dalot? Has it not impacted the Portuguese national team? I'll tell you who it's not impacted. Florian Wirtz, who never played with him. Isak, who never played with him. So, look, I'm prepared to accept that there's some level of grief and coping going on when you lose someone. Absolutely. I'm not prepared to accept it for people who've not played with him, though. You think that's fair? I think that's fair. And if it's a factor for the players who played with him at Liverpool, is it not a factor for his international teammates that are playing throughout the league, that are not getting the same level of excuse made for them? It either is or it isn't, right? And like I said, if Liverpool were scoring goals but just conceding shitloads and losing games that way, you can say something's going on there, can't you? But they aren't scoring goals. And they're conceding a shit ton of goals. And the narrative was, Alisson's the best keeper in the world, and he's been injured. What are you even gobbing off at? There's nothing there. Alisson's the best keeper in the world. Wait till he's back. That'll sort it out. Oh. So yeah, call it Schadenfreude, call it Pride Before a Fall, call it whatever you want. I don't care. I am here for it. They're 11th as the table sits currently. United are in 10th. There's 2 games today. Arsenal, Tottenham, and Villa, Leeds. We're all on 18 points, Spurs, Villa, United. We can all get to 21 points. Any of us could take 4th. It depends who gets the best result. Now, I would say Arsenal should beat Spurs. So we should be able to get ahead of Spurs tomorrow if we manage to do the business against Everton. But it's a big but, innit? Now, we should do the business against Everton. At home against Everton, I think we'll do the business. I do, I actually think. Let's go into it with a little bit of confidence, man. I think we'll do the business against Everton. But I don't think we move into 4th. So 5th, not bad, I guess. You know, to start this little run of quite kind games. The weather's just about to turn. You know, we do have a bit of a kind run of games for us to get our teeth into. So if we start this little run in 4th, is fantastic, isn't it? But if we start it in 5th, it's not the end of the world at all. I'm going to sneeze. Christ. Hey up, Maximus is kicking off. It's his allergies. It's got to be fucking allergies, hasn't it? So, I think Villa snotter Leeds. But if there's a draw there, draw's probably the best we could hope for, I think. And I am hoping for it. Fuck's sake. A pair of draws today is absolute sensational techers, isn't it? That's what I'm actually praying for. I don't think we're going to get it, though. Pair of score draws today. And then United beat Everton tomorrow and got 21 points and nestle ourselves right in there in 4th. I'm well here for that. Well here for that. Like, who do you actually want to win the league? You know, City shown yesterday against Newcastle. You know, they're in the mix, but they're shit. You know, don't tell me this is a vintage Premier League year. It's shit. United are objectively shit, and we could be 4th tomorrow night. You know, this City team are objectively shit and could win the league. Arsenal are fucking boring and are probably going to win the league. I genuinely believe it's theirs to throw away. I do. Which you're already seeing. I mean, the one saving grace of Arsenal winning the league, because they'll be unbearable and you know they will. The one saving grace you've got of Arsenal winning the league is the absolute wibble that will come out of Arsenal fans' mouths is unparalleled. Nobody comes up with as much shite as Arsenal fans. You know, I seen a clip doing the rounds of some geezer saying, if Arteta wins the league, is his Premier League legacy better than that of Klopp's? You couldn't write Arsenal fans. You couldn't. You haven't got the fucking ability to write the shit that they organically just come up with. It's mental. But who do you actually want to win the league? Because I could never really want myself to support City or want City to win the league. It's clearly not going to be the Scousers. Realistically, when those are the 3 teams that are in the mix, you should want to support Arsenal. But their fans are such melons. I couldn't ever bring myself to do it. So who do you want? Chelsea? I mean, Chelsea have spent enough to be in the mix, but they're not in the mix because they're a fucking clown show. I don't know who's going to win this league. It won't be us. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here in the slightest. This league for United, we are a couple of good results away from being like top 4 and a couple of bad results away from being bottom half of the table. And there's not been enough time to shake it out to figure out which direction that's going to go at all just yet. None. No idea. Like, we could easily do a couple of places better than last season, or we could do monumentally better than last season. It all depends on this next run of 5 without Sesko, and then how we cope during AFCON without our best player in Brian Mbeumo. But man, this league, for us especially, it's wide open. It could literally go a number of different ways. Anyway, I'm off out with the family all day today. We're going to Chatsworth. There's like a Christmas fair type of fair going on. We're going to go to that. And then we've got a really early shoot tomorrow with Rio and Joel, which before United play is going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? Paddock drew yesterday. We've had this habit recently of giving teams a go and then winning it in the last minute. We've had like 2 injury time winners in recent weeks. And if we played any injury time yesterday, we probably would have got one. We were absolutely knocking on the door. Shut up. But we were crap again yesterday. I had 17 players missing. Gave a debut start to a 16-year-old centre-half. So my back line was a lad who's not played basically all season because of work and other stuff going on in his life. We had a 16-year-old centre-half, my left-back playing centre-half, and a central midfield, right-footed central midfield playing left-back. It was a shit show of a defence, but it did okay. It was just a little bit of decision-making and a little bit of quality in the final third. We had so many chances. One of them where the keeper's had an absolute blinder, but we've also stuck a ton of them over the bar and wide of the post, and just a little bit of decision-making. We could have comfortably won the game, but we didn't. Luckily, some of the teams around us have dropped points. But yeah, we've had a tough run for a couple of months. Need to get back on the horse, start putting a decent run of form together, and see where we end up. We can still promote. Gonna have to be better than we have been this last 2 months though. Anyways, that's it from me. There's How to Beat Everton coming out later on. Make sure you go and check that out. Otherwise, just say good morning. You know the drill. And I've got the first 4 or 5 sort of entries for what I'm going to call the field manual. I mentioned this the other day, but I've been spending a bit of time writing them. And they're sort of reminders to myself, sort of me thinking out loud, but they're very much on a particular topic. You know, topics I think we can all sort of discuss and go on about. And I saw something from Simon Sinek, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was talking about how it was like a mental health thing where he was talking to a friend of his, and she said, I reached out to you and you ignored me. And he was like, I don't think so. So he went through their text messages and he was like, you just said, yo, hey, how you doing? Like, it's a very normal sort of text. And he was like, this isn't, you know, when did you reach out? And she was like, then. He was like, but it doesn't look like you've reached out. So he then talks about a study where it says you only need 8 minutes to make a connection with somebody and make them, you know, talk them down from a fucking ledge if someone's having a bit of a mental health mayday. So him and his friend have come up with this little code, which I'm absolutely going to borrow / steal, which is, we've got 8 minutes. So I get text messages, I send messages to people and say, have you got 5? And that's just for a natter, or that could just be, let me just roll this idea by you. 5 minutes or 10 minutes is such a generic sort of time, it could literally mean anything, couldn't it? Whereas they've come up with this little code, this little thing where if one of them says to the other, have you got 8 minutes? it means, hey mate, I fucking really need to chat, without writing that out, because that's a quite difficult thing to write out, isn't it? So probably the first proper entry that I'm going to do is sort of delving into that a little bit, and make a video which explains that in full and says, look man, if someone sends you this video, that's them sort of saying, if you text me saying, have you got 8 minutes, it means I need your fucking help, mate. Because how much time would you give? How much would you want to go and erase, change history? I'm sure all of us have been touched by people who've taken their own lives, friends who've taken their own lives. Fucking hell, I'm a veteran. It's like veterans' favourite fucking thing to do outside of White Monster and Ginsters is to fucking kill themselves. If you'd have got a text saying, have you got 8 minutes? Mate, you've got 8 hours. Like, there's nothing more important in my life than fucking helping you through this patch here. Whatever it is, work can get blown. There's nothing I can think of, which if I got a text like that off a friend, where I couldn't drop my entire fucking world. Like, and if there is anything, you've got to fucking do, it can wait. There's an ex-footballer that I know who, I wouldn't say I'm very close to him. You have seen me with him on camera. It's not Rio or Ash, before you think. And it's someone that retired not very long ago. And he texted me yesterday saying, mate, I'm fucking absolutely struggling with this retirement thing. Now, he's a lad that you see on socials that has got a fucking big beaming smile. He's always fucking happy. He's always sticking it out there, projecting, everything's fucking great. He's still young. He was very successful as a player. But he dropped a text on us yesterday, which is, mate, I'm in a fucking dark spot. So I'm gonna make that as like the first one of these little field note videos that I do. They'll be on House and IRL channel, not on here. Because even though I like talking about the more deeper, serious stuff on these little morning walks, and they've found to be a real good spot for him because I just kind of wonder and talk about whatever comes in my head. I think some videos like that, they just fit better on IRL. So I'm gonna do one directed topic like this. The title of this is going to be Let's Laugh at Liverpool, right? Because that's what I'm fucking doing. But I think some of those videos are far better served when they've got a very pointed topic, and I'll stay on topic in them as well. And I might even just fucking read them straight from my notebook, because I think that some of those videos they have like such a razor pointed message that I think that message kind of needs to stay relevant rather than be hidden inside a Let's Laugh at Liverpool thumbnail, or on this channel where we put 2-3 videos a day out and it can get lost after a fucking Everton draw at home, you know what I mean? So that's the plan with them, that they'll go on that channel. But yeah, I've got about half a dozen or so written, at least started to write so far. But that 8 minutes is one. I saw that the other day and I was like, oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to use that. I think that really works, because I think 8 minutes is such a specific time. Do you have 8 minutes? If you ever get a text off someone saying, do you have 8 minutes? If you've seen the video, about 8 minutes, you'll know exactly what that is. So I like that. Oh, a lot of wild apples. That's cool. Absolute Asbo dog. Shh. Quit it. This is why I can't do my videos with him in the morning. He just gobs off at people. knobhead. Anyways, that's it from me. Take it easy, have a good Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. Latest.